You're watching Inside Texoma as we continue our best of only on 6. This next story focuses on what some are calling a miracle machine that can build just about anything at the touch of a button. 4 of them are housed at Sheppard Air Force Base, making thousands of parts for a fraction of the cost.
Training our young soldiers to perform the tasks that they'll be expected to perform out in the field is expensive. Whether they're learning how advanced aircraft parts work or studying to be able to identify improvised explosive devices, they need actual physical models to work with, models that can cost millions of dollars to taxpayers. That's where Sheppard Air Force Base's 4 Fused Deposition Modelers, or FDMs, come in. These machines, commonly referred to as 3D printers in the private sector, can take ordinary plastic and print literally anything an instructor can imagine, from bombs and mortars.
So our fuses spin to show a realistic arming.
To large munitions. This looks like a real bazooka.
It really does.
And even replacement parts for full-scale unmanned aircraft called MQ-9 Reapers. An MQ-9 Reaper model was what the head of the FDM department, WG-10 Dan Anderson, and the engineers were cooking up the day we were there to check out the process. A crashed Reaper would cost over $2.5 million of taxpayers' money to fix with conventional methods. Sheppard's FDM machines can do it for under $150,000. So how exactly does it work? First, an engineer scans in the part that needs to be replicated. This scanner can be brought out into the field to scan objects that are hard to come by.
These are of particular importance when we start talking about recognition of unexploded ordnance.
Think about it. When a soldier finds an explosive device out in the field, their job is to dispose of it, usually by detonating it, which makes it incredibly hard to study. However,
if you can capture one, if you can get it to us safely, or if you can even provide us photographs, we will reverse engineer it, plug it into this computer system, and people like Dan Anderson here will help engineer it and make it fabricate from these machines.
After an engineer scans in the item, they send it to Anderson, where he checks it out to make sure there are no holes or incomplete sections. Then, he arranges where the parts will be built inside of the machine to best allow airflow for the hot plastic.
And it also lets me know how long it will take to build a particular part, so I can go ahead and plan for how many days this is going to build. I can have it built throughout the weekends.
Finally, it's time to press the big green build button. A spool of plastic is heated up by the machine head and extruded out into a thin thread that is layered up, piece by piece, stopping only to occasionally clean the printer head.
It could take a couple of hundred hours.
A second head adds a scaffolding of sorts.
The support material is a sugar base, is what it is. It dissolves readily, but it's also very hard, so it can hold up the model plastic when it's being built, when it's still soft.
Once the item is finished, it is removed from its plastic tray.
And just pick up gently on the part, and it just separates as easy as that. But if it sounds like Velcro when it peels off, it means it's tuned just right.
Then, the part is submerged in a solution which is heated to 150 degrees in order to strip the support material from the item.
This is also biodegradable, and it's completely harmless.
The part is now set aside in a designated area to dry before getting sent off for the final step, an ultra-realistic paint job.
And our painters are absolutely top-notch.
So, how great would it be if we could all have one of these machines in our homes? Well, guess what? You can. MakerBot Industries is offering a similar machine for home use for just under $2,500, fully constructed. You can even buy a cheaper, incomplete version and have the machine print the rest of its parts. And if you don't feel up to modeling your own parts, Thingiverse.com offers schematics on hundreds of day-to-day items that have been provided by the public. These schematics are all free of charge. At Sheppard Air Force Base, Eric Crossland, News Channel 6.
Pretty cool. We provided you with a link to those companies so you can start printing your very own parts. It's all on our website, newschannel6now.com. Now be sure to stay with Inside Texoma. More only on 6 after the break. You're watching Inside Texoma as we take a look at the best of only on 6. Have you ever wondered what really goes into putting together a newscast? Well, listen up. We're showing you people who are hard at work behind the scenes and what other familiar faces are up to when the cameras are not rolling.
Maybe with the ground being so dry and people thinking, you know, even though we've gotten rain, that's okay, and they've lifted these burn bans. I think you should really focus on their concerns heading into the winter season.
I think it's 10 to 1 snow accumulation to liquid.
Into a wildfire.
Hola, ¿qué tal? En las noticias de hoy, gobernador Rick Perry continúa en tercer lugar en las encuestas.
You TV even boys wear makeup?
1 minute.
Now in HD. This is News Channel 6, tonight at 6.
More rain is expected across Texoma, and it could bring with it some severe weather. Good evening, I'm Chris Morgan.
And I'm Ashley Fitzwater. Skywarn 6 forecaster John Cameron is tracking the 3D vision radar. And John, what exactly are we expecting tonight?
Continuously tracking storms as they move down your street. This is Skywarn Weather on News Channel 6 with forecaster John Cameron.
Good evening, everyone, from the Skywarn 6 Weather Center. In for Chief Meteorologist Ken Johnson, I'm John Cameron. Let's talk about tonight's rain chances. Let's check Skywarn 6 Live 3D vision radar. Lawton and Wichita Falls, well,
included in the job creating and retaining projects are Wichita Clutch, Carter Aviation, and AmeriCal.
Thank you very much, Taylor. Tim Chase says the Chamber's goal is to lower.
With a demonstration, Eric.
You've asked us to include more cities on our current temperature drop-down menu at the top of our homepage, and doggone it, that's just what we've done. To the internets! Here it is, newschannel6now.
I hope you're filming this. Red River Rivalry. There we go.
This is News Channel 6 Sports with Adam Ostro.
Tonight, the Texas Rangers are looking to pull within one.
Yeah, it's going to generate a crawl that's across the bottom of the screen. It'll run until they tell us to stop.
Just Amber Alert and weather. So E2 and green is dead.
6'6", has black hair and brown eyes with multiple tattoos. Police say he was in a black 2002 Toyota Tundra pickup.
That's right. We'll, of course, be following the very latest and bring you more on News Channel 6, so stay tuned to us.
Tonight we'll watch things closely to check the chance for severe weather, but
5, 4.
All right, there we go.
3,
You can always find that radar at newschannel6now.com.
We'll see you at 10.
Right.
Wow. $200 for one pair
Wow.
Eric Crossland, News Channel 6.
A slideshow of more behind-the-scene photos can all be found on our website, newschannel6now.com. 9 months after the February freeze, it seems that Texoma is experiencing a baby boom. Now, I got the chance to meet a pair of February freeze babies, and they are sure to make your heart melt. I also found that the baby boom, it's far from over, and it's a story you'll see only on 6. On October 18th, the lives of the Stout family changed forever. 2 more were added, making the Stouts a family of 7.
When do the boys cry a lot?
When they're giving their diapers change.
Meet baby Asher and baby Levi, identical twins born just minutes apart on October 18th. But mothers, close your ears, because Elena made giving birth to twins look like a breeze.
My husband and my mom and my mother-in-law were all at the house with me, and they kept saying, these contractions are pretty close, you need to go. And I kept thinking, no, they're not bad enough yet. But we went to the hospital, and they said, yeah, you're in labor.
She never broke a sweat. She made it look easy. Like, she's had 5 kids. She's a pro.
But it was a little different for new dad again, Casey, even if it was 3 daughters later.
It was kind of scary being in the operating room because, you know, they've got everything ready just in case something goes wrong. And you're already on edge because you're having babies. But honestly, the staff and the doctor were amazing. Everything went just as smoothly and as perfectly as we could have hoped for. It was awesome.
Weighing in at 7 pounds 7 ounces and 5 pounds 12 ounces, the boys were perfect. And Elena says now it's Dad Casey who's a pro.
He is very supportive to me, and he took off 2 weeks from work after the babies were born and was able to stay home and help take care of the girls, and so I could take care of the boys and myself, and he's been just great.
These sweet-faced twins also added to what United Regional nurses are calling a baby boom.
Just done a lot more deliveries, seen a lot more patients, even just triage patients, and it seems like there's a lot of pregnant people out there right now.
Nurse Pam Wood says September and October are always busy months.
Because of Christmas and New Year's, I mean, that's always a given.
But she says the recent boom can definitely be traced back to, yes, the February freeze that locked people indoors for weeks.
Anytime that we have any kind of weather issues like that where it's really cold and people stay inside, we see a lot more deliveries.
And when we did the math from the twins' November 2nd due date, it seems the boys are not just part of the boom, but also February freeze babies. And here's some interesting statistics whenever it comes to the sex of the babies born this year. It seems that the boys have won hands down. Now, in January, they were actually tied, and in May, that was the only month this year that the girls actually beat out the baby boys. As for future babies in the Stout family, well, Casey says they weren't going for 5, but neither him or his wife are completely ruling out number 6. And with so much love and help from 6-year-old Twyla, 4-year-old Riley, and even 2-year-old Quilly, it's easy to see why. Nurses say the Christmas blizzard of '09 also brought about a baby boom, and it's not slowing down. Normal labor and delivery tours average around 20 expecting mothers, but nurses say that a recent tour brought in 60 who were expecting. Well, thanks for joining us, Texoma. All of our Only on 6 stories can be found at newschannel6now.com. All you have to do is click on the News tab and look for Only on 6. Every story listed is also full of additional information that you can find only online. Have a great day. We'll see you back here next Sunday for another look inside Texoma.